Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Tonight, in this corner, we have the heavyweight champion of hoarding, and in the other corner, the undisputed king of, well, owning absolutely nothing. We're going to finally settle the ultimate debate on how to handle your money. So yeah, this isn't just an explainer. This is a financial death match.
That's right, I'm just gonna come out and say it. Whatever you think you're doing, your little budget app, your savings plan, that 401k you're so proud of, it's all wrong. You know why? Because you're not going nearly far enough. So let's dive into two of the most extreme financial philosophies in all of human history.
So what's it gonna be, right? Do you squeeze every single penny until it begs for mercy, or do you reach some kind of financial enlightenment by literally owning nothing but the clothes on your back? This is the big question tonight as we meet our two, legendary contenders.
All right, first up, hailing from the mean streets of 19th century New York, weighing in with a bank account heavier than a dying star, it's Hetty, the Witch of Wall Street Green.
You know, what's so wild about this is the sheer unadulterated insanity of it all. This wasn't some, I'm relatable influencer nonsense you see today. No. She genuinely lived in absolute squalor while sitting on a dragon's hoard of cash. Just let that number sink in for a second. 2.3 billion with a B. That's not a net worth, that's the GDP of a small island nation. I mean, my student loan balance looks at that number and just starts sobbing uncontrollably. And yet, how did this billionaire actually live? Oh, this just perfectly sums up her whole deal. This is beyond cheap. We think we're being frugal when we cancel our Netflix subscription for a month, right? Hetty Green was eating cold oatmeal because the cost of heating the water was just too much. She'd spend hours looking for a 2-cent stamp. Honestly, it's kind of impressive in its own psychotic way.
And now, for her opponent, coming to us all the way from 12th century Italy, he's the man who basically invented the unsubscribe from life button, the patron saint of minimalism, Saint Francis of Assisi.
So here's the thing you gotta understand about Francis. For him, this wasn't about being poor, not at all. It was about being free. His whole philosophy wasn't about what he was lacking. It was an active, powerful choice to go after a different kind of wealth, one that has absolutely nothing to do with money.
That's right, a big, fat, beautiful zero. Zilch, nada. While Hetty was obsessively counting her billions, Francis was counting, probably birds. But his cultural and spiritual legacy, you can't even put a price on it. It's priceless.
I mean, can you even imagine it? Being so anti-consumerist that you just give it all away. He literally walked away from a fortune. This is the complete polar opposite of our one-click, get it now, DoorDash it to my couch culture. He wasn't just ignoring materialism. He declared war on it. Okay, so we've met our fighters. We've seen their stats. But now we get to the real fight. This is where we move from the what they did to the why they did it. What does a dollar actually mean to these two people? What is money's ultimate purpose? So to really get this, we can actually use a modern tool called attachment theory. Now, it's usually about how we form relationships with, other people. But it turns out it works perfectly for explaining our relationship with money, too. And these two are, the most extreme case studies you could ever find. And this, right here, lays it all out. Hetty had this super anxious, fearful attachment to her money. For her, every single dollar was a shield, and the thought of losing even one was her worst nightmare. But for Francis, it was the exact opposite. Money wasn't security, it was a prison, it was a burden, and the only way to be truly, absolutely free was to have none of it. Ding, 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 and that's the final bell, folks. The fight is over. We've heard the arguments, we've seen the lifestyles, but here's the thing, I'm not the judge, you are. So let's head to the final scorecard.
All right, let's break it down real quick. On Team Hetty Green, pro, she had absolute untouchable financial security and built a dynasty. Con, she was legendarily miserable, completely lonely, and basically alienated her entire family. Now, over to Team St. Francis. Pro, he found total spiritual freedom and his influence has lasted for centuries. Con, he lived a life of extreme physical hardship with literally zero comforts. So, the question is, which trade-off is actually better?
And there you have it. That's the big question. Who is the real winner in the ultimate money fight? Is it the woman who had everything but enjoyed absolutely nothing, or the man who had nothing but ended up influencing everything? There is no single right answer here, but I definitely want to know what you think. Let the debate begin down in the comments.